Hey, what up, YouTube? Back with another one. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really greatly appreciate it. Today, I'm going to be talking about Dean the Great and Adrien Broner. I'm pretty sure you guys have been seeing them all over social media going viral. They've been streaming together like on a daily basis. I guess they've been living together. They're together every day, all day it seems like. But today I'm gonna be discussing how long will that last. We're already seeing clips of Dean getting a little agitated, a little frustrated with AB's actions, and his antics. And so it seems to the public that he's an alcoholic. He chugs his drinks back to back. He gets sloppy drunk, and start acting a fool. I mean, it's good for content. It's entertaining. I can't lie. I watch it. I don't watch the streams live, but I watch the clips and some of the videos that they post on YouTube. But I just don't think that it's gonna last too long. AB, he just seems like he doesn't really get the bigger picture of what Dean the Great is actually trying to do with him. AB has said it himself. Dean literally lifted him up from the dead, pretty much. AB was on a steady decline. He was, going downhill fast. With the alcoholism, supposedly, as it appears, and just, blowing money. He talked about, a while, it was an older interview where he talked about, how he spent $1 million. I believe he said in a weekend, in one weekend, he spent $1 million just, going out, partying with his team, his boys, probably spending money on girls, whatever, clothes, this and that. But Dean has, put him back on, they make jokes on the stream, that Dean doesn't give him any of the money, and AB's trying to figure out where the money's going. But I just think they do that, just to feed into the comments, because everybody's commenting, he's not paying AB. But I don't think AB's that crazy, to just be around him that much and not be making any money off of it. They've been dressing alike. Dean, I'm pretty sure, is funding a lot of their activities and their events that they go to, and just the things that they do. They they go to a lot of parties. I'm sure they're spending a lot of money traveling on food, gas. They drive around a lot. They've been linking up with a lot of other streamers. Rampage, the Shave. A lot of different streamers. They were with Mike Epps not that long ago, and they weren't even around Mike Epps that long. And Mike Epps, started getting a little irritated. He actually politely kicked them out of his dressing room. They were at a show, and Mike Epps was like, "Hey, y'all missing the show. Y'all should go check out the show." And AB told him, "Man, that's a polite way of kicking us out." And Mike Epps was like, "Hey, man, I can do it another way, but I'm doing it this way." He joked with Dean the Great, telling him, "Hey, man, get you a better role model." So, Mike Epps, he's one of the greatest, comedians. So, he's going to be funny, but I think he had a little bit of seriousness in there too. People joke and they slide a little bit of seriousness in there with it, to try to lighten it up a little bit. But I just don't think that duo will last for long, because Dean, he seems like he's focused, he's got his mind made up on what he wants to do. He's been elevating really fast ever since, he went viral like 2 or 3 different times for one time he got slapped, the other time he got elbowed, which was crazy. I salute him for not, going out. That elbow would have knocked a lot of people out, but I guess Dean has a pretty good chin, and he's been trying to get AB in the gym, get him just back, on a healthy lifestyle, back on the right track. And it's like, AB just doesn't, he's fighting it. He does it, probably for the stream, just because he know that's what they have to do. But it's been a couple times where I've seen, where Dean, has to pretty much beg and plead with him to, not crash out. AB wants to leave with random girls in the middle of the stream. He wants to bring random girls around, that might jeopardize the stream, And Dean the Great, he's just trying to focus on what they need to do. And it just seems like the type of personality AB has is going to be hard, you know. And Dean is way younger than AB. I believe AB is 36, and Dean, I'm sure, is in his early 20s. I'm not exactly sure how old Dean is, but I know for sure he's in his early 20s, you know. So he's doing pretty good for himself. He's on the up and up, on the rise. He's trying to bring AB with him. AB's making it a little tough, you know. Like I said, they're making good content. They're making entertaining, funny content, but, you know, at what cost? Dean, I'm pretty sure, is, you know, dealing with a lot of headaches, trying to keep AB on the straight and narrow. I just feel like it's only a matter of time, you know, before something blows up, or, you know, AB does something, you know, that's, you know, they can't go back from. Whether that's, you know, just, you know, maybe rubbing Dean the wrong way or getting himself in trouble. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You know, we've seen this time and time again, you know. It's like a repeat episode, you know. Guys, they just end up, you know, I hate to say it, but crashing out, certain type of guys, you know. And it's just unfortunate, really, because AB, he was one of the best boxers. At one point in time, he was one of the best boxers in the world. He had a lot of talent, you know. He didn't really live up to everything he could have done, maybe, you know. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't in the gym. It's hard enough, but, you know, he actually helped. He had a big hand in getting Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, into the spotlight. I believe he introduced Tank to Floyd Mayweather, you know. So I don't know how him and Gervonta's relationship is now, but, you know, they used to be together, you know. We'll see him here and there, you know, maybe a couple years ago, but lately, you know, we haven't really seen them together. So I don't know if Tank, you know, maybe just, you know, step back a little bit because he's seen the type of path that AB was going down, and, you know, Tank didn't want to be associated with that. But, man, salute to Dean, you know, for helping AB, you know, helping him up, putting some money in his pocket, putting him back in the spotlight, back on the scene. Because, you know, Dean said that AB was the reason that he even started boxing. And, you know, that's big. I can only imagine, you know, being able to team up with your mentor or your role model, you know, a icon in your eyes, being able to team up with them and, you know, do business together and just work together and be so closely associated with somebody that you looked up to when you were a kid. I mean, that's pretty much the American dream, you know. Anybody, I wish I could do that, you know. It's a couple people, you know, I would love to just hang out with, you know, do streams with people I look up to. That would be amazing. But, you know, at like I said, at what cost? If they're pulling me down, you know, stressing me out too much, I don't know how long I would be able to, you know, withstand that and put up with that. So Dean's been doing a pretty good job so far. You know, a lot of times he just laughs things off. It was one clip where, you know, he tried to get AB to stop drinking, and AB was literally pushing him hard, like for real, telling him, you know, I'm not gonna stop. You need to stop trying to tell me to stop drinking, like a real alcoholic. He started getting aggressive, and, you know, Dean, he just laughed it off. You know, I don't know if it was because he knew that they were on camera, he knew that they were on the street. So yeah, I just wanted to come and give you guys my opinion on this subject. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'll be back soon.